We're going to take a look at long dividing today of polynomials. We'll start with a reminder of how to long divide a number. So let's say we have 8 divided by 4,234. Okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, what can we multiply 8 by into each one of these? So we'll start at 4, and we can't multiply anything. 8 times 0 is the highest number we can go to. So we'll write a 0 and we'll bring down the 2 to make it 42. So 4 minus 0 is 4, and then bring down the 2. Now 8 goes into 42 5 times because 8 times 5 is 40. And what we normally don't write, but what we do is we're going to subtract it. So I'm going to put a parentheses around there. We'll get a 2, bring down the 3, multiply by 2 to get 16. Again, we're going to subtract it, giving us 74, and then multiply by 9, and we'll get 72, again subtracting that. And so we get a remainder of 2. Now, you may have seen it written as R2 for the remainder. The way we're going to write it is 2 over 8. So we are adding to it. So our answer, because we have 2 over 8, would be 529 plus 2 times 8. And what that means is if we multiply that number by 8, will we get 4,234. And the first example we'll look at is 12x cubed minus 11x squared plus 9x plus 18 divided by 4x plus 3. And with this polynomial, we won't have a remainder, but I'll show you how to do it. This should be one of the easier ones. So again, just going over how and what to do. The important part of this is being very careful on how we write it. None of what we're learning today is going to be difficult. It's just a lot of work. And it's very easy to mess up. So definitely don't skip any steps and follow the steps exactly, and you'll get the right answer every time. So the first thing we'll look at is 4x can go into 12x cubed how many times? And of course 3x squared times 4x will equal 12x. So let me write this out on the side. So we're asking ourselves 4x times what gets us close to 12x cubed. Now hopefully you can see 3x squared would work there. So what we'll do is have 3x squared on the top. I'm going to multiply it by 4x, which gives us 12x cubed. But we also have to multiply by the 3, so we get 9x squared. And so coming to the side again, and we're going to do this part in blue, we'll have 3x squared times 4x plus 3, and so we're going to multiply that out, and that's what we're doing when we wrote the 3x squared on top. We'll have 12x cubed, and we'll have 9x squared. And so coming back to our problem, that's how we got there. Remember when I was dividing the number, I was putting parentheses around it and having a minus sign out on the outside. So we're going to put that. I like to place that minus sign, then change all the signs inside as if we are multiplying by a -1, and then change the minus sign to a plus, showing that I've completed it. Kind of a little check mark for me. Now we add it up. 12x cubed minus 12x cubed is 0. Negative 11x squared minus 9x squared, remember, is negative 20x squared. We bring down the 9x, and then we multiply again. So we look at the 4x times what equals negative 20x squared, and that would be negative 5x, because 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, and x times x is x squared. Again, notice that we're really not worrying about that 3. That's a afterthought, but we do have to multiply it once we get it. So we have 5x times 4x, which is negative 20x squared. Negative 5 times 3, or negative 5x times positive 3, which is minus 15x. Put the parentheses around, subtract it, change the signs, and we will get negative 20x squared plus 20x squared is 0. And we have 9 plus 15, which is 24x plus 18. And so the last part will be multiplied by 6. And so we will have 4 times 6. So positive 6, which is 24x plus 18. We subtract them. Change it to a plus, and we get a remainder of 0. So what we would have is 3x squared minus 5x plus 6 is our answer. And we could say that 4x plus 3 times 3x squared minus 5x plus 6 would give us 12x cubed minus 11x squared plus 9x plus 18, if you remember how to multiply polynomials from one of the last videos. And for our last example, we'll do one that will have a remainder. And so we're going to take x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x plus 5 and divide that by x minus 2. Again, we're going to write out just like this. So we'll have x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x plus 5. And so we'll ask ourselves x times what would equals x cubed, which is x squared. So we'll multiply out, getting x cubed minus 2x squared. And remember, guys, the way we multiply out is that distribution, okay? And we'll subtract it with that parentheses around it, change the signs, make that minus into a plus as a reminder that we did it. Cross that out, giving us 0. And negative 4 plus 2x squared is 2x squared. Negative 2x squared, I should say. Plus 2x. Again, ask yourself x times what equals negative 2x squared, which will be 2x. And notice that I'm lining everything up too. So all my x squares are in the same line, all my x's are in the same lines. That's helping us keep everything straight and neat, which is very important on long division. So we get negative 2x times x, which is negative 2x squared, and then negative 2x times negative 2, which is 4x. And just a reminder, I brought that down from there. We are then going to subtract it, change the signs, add these up, we'll get negative 2x plus 5. And so ask ourselves again, x times what equals negative 2x, which is negative 2. And then we'll have negative 2x minus 4. Subtract this, and we'll get a remainder of 9. And the way we'll write it is plus 9 over x minus 2. And we would write our answer as x squared minus 2x minus 2 plus 9 over x squared. And that is our final answer with a remainder.